So here is another landscape that I started today. How I start, I usually use mixed media paper. You can find in any art store. It comes in different formats. This is an A3 size. What I do, I always frame it with paper scotch, and I always remember which one to yank first. So this is the first to yank, second, third, fourth. That means I put this one first, and then this one, and this one. It makes it easier if you do all the time the same, so you're not gonna just have problems yanking it off and having your frame. So usually what I do is I don't do a base. I start with a charcoal. I start drawing. It doesn't have to be a realistic drawing since it's an abstract painting. So whatever you have in your mind, I usually do landscapes. I do a drawing first, and then I start to fade it with a bigger brush and water. I just fade the whole charcoal parts and let it dry, and then I start with my lightest colors and go to the darker ones, because it's always easier to cover them later. Because if you start with a darker color, if you don't like it, to cover it up, it's going to be a little bit harder. What I do, I just put layers and I just play with the shapes and forms. If you're familiar with composition, you will kind of know, okay, this is good. I don't need to touch it anymore. This one needs a little bit of touch here. So what am I gonna do next is, well, depends on how I want to finish this, with a charcoal or with a pen. Usually I use these pens for the finish touch, or with the same charcoal that I started my drawing with, or sometimes I use a pencil, sorry. I usually involve some trees in my landscapes. The sky is done. I'm not gonna touch it anymore. I'm gonna just have a small touches over here to define the different layers of the hills, and I'm not gonna touch this part because I like it pretty good. So you don't want all the lines to be defined, because you want to just leave some So this is my, I've done so many live videos on Instagram, but I never talk on my videos, and I never explain what I do. So if I have some pauses and I just hesitate what to say, this is my very first time doing this. I'm painting for over 30 years now, and I never had any videos uploaded where I talk on the video and I say what I do. I always have my lives pretty much with music, and I tend to not talk. And I started to think, why not put some videos on YouTube? So if anybody is interested, they can just, watch, even if they don't learn. It's an art video. It's just couldn't hurt. I don't go through so much detail because anyways, I'm gonna cover the trees with like flat paint, so you have like an idea of a tree. I'm gonna go right ahead and do you just want to have a little bit of branches. Doesn't have to be very realistic, because like I said, I'm gonna cover it later. So once I get a little bit used to uploading videos and I feel more comfortable, I will have some composition videos also to talk a little bit about the aesthetics and some people think abstract paintings or drawings, they really don't need composition, but they really do. It's like the baseline, and to some extent you need to also pay attention to how everything, where everything is and how everything is placed on your painting. So this is it. I'm not gonna touch it anymore because to me I feel like it's done, it's finished. So what am I gonna do is make a brush number 12. It's pretty soft, and I use sap green, make it a little bit more watery because I don't want to have that very thick layer of green. And I just go like just a touch, that's it. And go right ahead and do the second one. So then I'm gonna go right ahead and take these tapes off. Every once in a while it just gets stuck to the paper and it just makes a mess, but that's okay. Just it's like now. So even if you mess it up later, you can just repaint the edges. And anyways, if you want to frame it, these parts are gonna go under the frame, so you don't need to really worry about it. So one more time, I want to apologize for my speech. Like I said, I'm not used to talking on my videos. It's very unusual for me. but I promise I'll get better. So, and this is the last one. I used to write them down, but in the meanwhile, I kind of remember I have this routine. I start from the same place, so. And voila. This is the finished work.